Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but we got to recap because right now there is a Cyber Monday sale going on through Tesla. Of course, not officially, but let's just recap and see all the different discounts and try and find what are the best discounts out there for Model 3 or even Model Y. And we're going to get into that plus a variety of topics. But before we do that, let's roll that intro really quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, where you can support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. And shout out to my latest Patreon member, Eric. Thank you for supporting. If you want to check it out, Patreon link down below in the description. So let us take a look at this because yes, if you've been following the channel, there has been discounts ever since last week for the Model 3 and the Model Y. But we got to, step back a little bit before we get all excited and see what the discounts are actually there. But I saw this post on Reddit. We can see $2,500 max discount. Shout out to A Paisan for posting this. Quote, if you were a betting man, would you say that this is the max discount for the year? And top upvoted quote or upvoted comment from So What says, definitely not. I have cars in my zip code with a $2,500 discount. Been sitting there since the inventory prices dropped. No one seems to be buying them at current discounts, so I am almost certain it will drop more towards the end of the year. So I'm going to go wait until the last week of December before I put in my order according to So What. I would say my feedback on this is yes, the discounts are pretty good right now, anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000, maybe even $3,500 off a Model Y. But waiting until the last week all the way to the end of December might be a little bit risky for most people looking to buy, because you got to make sure your financing is all squared away. There's banks that give you pre-approvals. We'll probably talk about that tomorrow in terms of what bank I actually recommend, if it would be easy for a lot of people to might even get financing for. But on top of that, waiting all the way to the end of December, it puts a lot of, eggs into the basket. And so really, if you're in markets that have plenty of Teslas in inventory, then I can see waiting till all the way to the end of December could make a lot of sense. But if you're in markets like further away, like all the way East Coast or even Florida, then I would definitely not recommend waiting all the way to the end of December. But taking a look at inventory, we can see there's various discounts across the board for the Model 3 and the Model Y. Taking a look at Model 3 rear-wheel drive, the cheapest one in the country in terms of our zip code, 200, not in the country, but 200 miles of our zip code, is $36,260. This was a recent price drop, about like $300 to $400 down, and the lease payment is an attractive $303 a month. But of course, if you're looking for the best discount on a Model 3, you're going to have to probably step up to the long range or even the performance, because that's where we're going to see some bigger discounts. Taking a look at this the most inexpensive Model 3 performance in the area, you can see that that is a $3,579 discount on the Model 3. Will it get more attractive? That's a hard thing to try and answer. But the big thing here is if you take a look at price history charts, if you take a look at the Model 3 performance specifically, this row right here shows all the different various prices that the Model 3 has actually been priced at, and you can see we're at levels that we've never really been historically, especially for the Model 3 performance. It's never been this low as $47,000. And of course, stack that with a Tesla referral code just like the one down below in the description, so you can get 6 months of free supercharging plus 3 months of full self-driving, where 3 months of full self-driving is actually worth about $600 in valuation. 6 months of free supercharging kind of depends on where you're at, but that's easily going to be another $600 in valuation, especially if you go once a week. So that's a total of like $1,200 off. If you factor that in, that you're really looking at the best deals ever that Tesla has put on the Model 3 in all different trims. And so the question is, will it get better? It might get better. It might get up to like 12 months of free supercharging, or maybe even another $1,000 or $2,000 worth of incentives. But if it does get better, you can be surely bet there's plenty of people, probably everybody that's watching on the sidelines right now, maybe a good percentage of you are waiting on the sidelines for the deals to get better. And also the people on this Reddit post, they're also potentially waiting for the deals to get better. So if the deals get better, there's going to be a ton of people rushing to try and buy a Tesla all at the same time. And we know this because taking a look at some of the polls we've been posting here. Quote, what do you think of the Tesla Black Friday deals? 8% said they're awesome, buying now. 26% said I'm waiting still. 34% said I'm waiting till 2024. And then another 13% said Highland only. So there certainly could be plenty of people waiting on the sidelines. Here's another one we did before that. Did recent Tesla discounts motivate you to order a Tesla? 9% said yup. 10% said I'm still debating. 19% said I'm still waiting for December. And a good chunk, 46%, said I'm still waiting for the point of sale discount 2024 for the $7,500 tax incentive. So there's going to be a lot of people waiting on that sidelines to see if the deals are going to get better. So depending on what market you're in, it might not be worth waiting all the way till the end of December. Some of those markets we talked about earlier, like the East Coast markets, really the best indicator for you is if you go to Tesla.com and you take a look at inventory as around you. If there's plenty of vehicles in stock that has various discounts, just like that Reddit post said, then yes, you can keep waiting. But if any of the inventory looks pretty sparse or non-existent, then it's probably not worth it for you to wait till the end of the month or end of December. But taking a look at Model Y, we can see the cheapest, most inexpensive Tesla Model Y is $40,990, and that's of course the base one, or a lease payment of $349 a month. So a very, very, very attractive deal right there, because that's about $3,000. But taking a look at Model Y performance, we are not seeing the same attractive discounts. You can see the Model Y performance, this one right here on the screen, only has a $2,629 discount. So if you're in the market for a performance, you could wait a little bit longer, because we've traditionally seen bigger discounts for the Model Y performance in the past, and also the Model 3 performance as well. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, so you can get your 6 months of free supercharging plus 3 months of full self-driving. But if you're looking for the lowest monthly payment for your Tesla, don't forget to check out our channel sponsor, which is Tenet. Tenet allows you to get the lowest monthly payment for your Tesla because they are a approved financing partner. They can do this because they allow you to defer a portion of the loan, maybe even this $7,500 federal tax credit. So definitely check out Tenet down below in the description. And thank you to Tenet for sponsoring this video and a bunch of other videos this month. But we're going to jump into the live stream comments after this water break. Jay the Perez, thanks for coming in. Or Dave, thanks for coming in. Yar, thanks for coming in. Haven't seen you in a bit. Yar, thanks for coming back. Seth Wood, thanks for coming in. And the Sneaks 2023. Welcome in, everybody. I've been loving your videos. They have been very informative. No, thank you. Thank you for that. Thanks for coming. Thanks for hitting the like button. It goes a long way. So thank you for supporting and coming by. Dave, do you think they'll do Model Y long range discounts of $5,000 around the 3rd week of December? Trying to wait for the next deal, hoping they add 1 to 2 years of supercharging to sweeten the deal. 2. I think it's going to get a little bit more aggressive, anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000. And I could easily see a 1 year of free supercharging. Last year, they did 10,000 miles of supercharging, which is about a 1 year term frame of supercharging. But maybe that's why they did 6 months, because they know people are going to be driving anywhere from 10,000 to X amount of thousands in 6 months. Yar, thanks for coming in. Cyber Monday discounts are good, but December 2022 might be much better. Yes, good. Thanks for recalling that, Yar. If you didn't know, in December, we can see it right here on this price history tracker chart. If we special V switch to Model Y, and really we brought up the price history tracker chart because the prices that are posted on Tesla.com right now in inventory are the lowest prices across all different platforms and all different trims. So all Model 3s, all Model Ys, it's never been lower than the current prices. But looking back at last year, December of 2022, the Model Y long range was $66,000. You can try to compare that to what it is right now. Right now, a Model Y long range is $46,000. So about a $20,000 price difference. But in December, when the Model Y long range was $66,000, on December 1st, they did a $3,750 credit or discount if purchased by the end of the year. And then they bumped that to $7,500 discount by December 22nd. But it was also a different climate back then because the tax credit didn't exist and it came back on the 1st of the new year of 2023. And so a lot of people were trying to hold out for that. And so Tesla just said, hey, for everybody that's waiting for that, we're just going to give you that discount of $7,500 now so you can take delivery ASAP. And then on top of that, they added 10,000 of supercharger miles for vehicles purchased by the end of the year as well. So I really feel like if you can wait till December, I mean, if I'm a gambling man, don't trust everything on here, but 90% sure there's going to be better discounts and more incentives in December if and only if inventory keeps staying at these high levels for Model 3 and Model Y. You can see right here, this is Tesla-info, where we can see all the different prices we can see all the different inventory levels for Model 3 and Model Y. And the mustard yellow line is pretty high, almost at 4,000 vehicles. And the pink line for Model 3 is relatively high as well. So if these inventory keeps staying up, then discounts and incentives and promotions will continue to get better. Shout out to Seth. Longer the wait equals better the deals, but riskier to get that car before December 31st. Exactly. The sneaks, I'm in a tough spot. Wait for the Highland or hop on the deals now? Shake my head. Really? I mean, that's a tough one because we have no idea when this Highland's actually going to come out. I mean, if you can wait all the way till a year from now, because you never know. Once this Model 3 Highland actually comes out and the order page gets released on Tesla.com and things like that, there's going to be a rush of people. Maybe not a big rush, but there's certainly going to be a good amount of demand for that Model 3 Highland. So even, let's say the order page comes out on like March or something like that, worst case scenario, maybe worst case scenario even months after that, there's going to be people that are wanting to take delivery. There's going to be a ramp up of production and things like that. So really, I would say it's going to be 1 year from now, maybe even next quarter 3 or quarter 4 until a full volume Model 3 Highland is actually going to be coming out. So if you need a vehicle now, you're probably in a tougher situation as well. Naruto, thanks for coming in. You're waiting. Nice. Dave, do you think they'll raise the price on 1/1 because of the POS credit taking effect? I could easily see that. Yar, do we know if the Model Y qualifies for the $7,500 rebate? Will it meet IRS guidelines? We have no idea next year, but Tesla's been pretty tight-lipped on that. They've only said that the Model 3 will reduce in the $7,500 credit for that. Ryan, I'm going to wait till December. I'm keeping an eye on inventory, and the white one Model Y, I want it snagged up already. Hopefully more to come. Yeah, Model Y, I mean, as you can take a look at the inventory, as we were just showing just a second ago, there's plenty of Tesla Model Ys in inventory, and so I do suspect there's going to be plenty of more Tesla Model Ys coming into the near future. All right, what else we got? In this next topic, it appears the Tesla Cybertruck range was actually leaked, but I'm not sure about the source because the source is a Tesla store manager. So let's take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. Shout out to Torque News. They posted this. Breaking, Tesla manager reveals the Cybertruck has a 123 kilowatt battery pack. I'm not sure how credible this is because it was a San Diego showroom where the Tesla Cybertruck said that it had a relatively small 123 kilowatt. Relatively small because this is a pretty big vehicle. It's massive. If you haven't seen one yet, there's plenty of stores out there if you want to go see the Cybertruck for yourself in person at a local store. We had a list of them, but I think I closed it already. But because of this 123 kilowatt battery pack, they are giving this, or they're citing that this might only have a 267 mile range at full charge. Not too sure on that one. I mean, I don't think Tesla would release a vehicle that, especially this big of a vehicle with that little of a range, but you never know, because there's been a lot of rumors flying left and right. Also there's more rumors that this could be the cheapest Cybertruck, a very cheap price that's going to shock all the different news outlets and everything. But certainly is one thing is they are ramping up production of this Cybertruck as expected before the November 30th delivery event, which is coming in the next few days. You can see here there was 25 Cybertrucks actually spotted outside of Giga, Texas. On top of that, in case you didn't realize, it's Cyber Thursday, as they're calling it, is this week, and the event does start at a very earlier time than other events before, 2 p.m. Central, or even earlier if you're West Coast, or a little bit later if you're East Coast. So definitely be aware of that. There's certainly, I've seen some launch parties or at watch parties that had a later time, and so probably all those things are going to get bumped up. You can see from Holmar's catalog, he posted this: Cybertruck delivery event starts at 1 p.m. Texas time. That's 11 a.m. California time. Quote, during market hours, because this is probably one of the first events, even the earnings calls or anything like that hasn't been done during market hours. So some people are speculating that this might be a shocker in terms of what type of pricing this Cybertruck will actually be coming out yet, because they're going to be talking about it during the market hours so they could see what type of reaction the market is going to have for this Tesla Cybertruck. So really could be interesting, but let me know what your thoughts. Do you think it's going to be affordable, like $50,000 to, well, maybe that's not even affordable, $50,000 for some, but $50,000 to $70,000? I think that would be crazy in terms of the actual pricing. Here's another thing, another spy shot of the Cyber Owl within the Cybertruck. It's supposed to replace Sentry mode, and you can see that the eyes do turn red as you are walking around the vehicle. Really cool, nice feature. And I do feel like there's a ton of small features here and there that hasn't been discussed, or they've been tight-lipped about, that are certainly going to maybe not shock the world, but it's going to be really cool to see all the different things actually released. Here are some other features actually shown within the video. When you walk up to the Cybertruck, when it's in entry mode, it actually lowers so that you can enter in easily, and then after you jump in, the Cybertruck raises in the suspension after that. Really cool to see. And on top of that, if you saw that when it opens up, when you unlock it, there's a lighting sequence in the front as well. Pretty cool to see all these little nuggets with the Cybertruck, and I can't wait to see what's actually going to be happening on the delivery event. Here's another post regarding pricing. Holmar's catalog: will Tesla hold an event during market hours to announce that the Cybertruck will cost $100,000? I mean, maybe. We don't know at this point, but I certainly feel like with all the different things adding up, it might not be as crazy as maybe even I initially thought that it's going to be $100,000 at some point, but hopefully it comes in under $100,000, because if it comes in under $100,000, even under $80,000, if it comes out under $80,000, then it might qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit, which would make it very appealing to a lot of different business owners and truck owners across the country. But let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link where you support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. And we just found a credit union on this list that has interest rates as low as 4.74% that anybody can actually join and qualify for the credit union. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. Robert, chance lifetime free supercharging mics a comeback? I don't think so. I mean, there's a lot of demand for Teslas. I would say they're still selling, and so until Tesla really runs into a rut where they're not selling any vehicle at all, and that's when they'll bring back the free lifetime supercharging. But because they brought it back. They brought the most aggressive we've seen recently is 3 years of free supercharging for the Model S and the Model X, but that really only lasted like 30 days, and then they converted it to like a transfer your free supercharging or unlimited supercharging, because back in the day, a long time ago, Model S and Model X owners got free lifetime supercharging, and so they allowed a transfer. They're currently allowing a transfer to even Model Ys actually right now. Patel, thanks for coming in. When is the Project Highland available for order in the US? Probably not for a while. Probably 6 months is my guess. Ryan, what's the rumored price of the Cybertruck? I'm anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000. Tapia, thanks for coming back. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well, Dennis. Hopefully you get that Cybertruck. Yeah, fingers crossed, right? But thanks for coming in, Tapia. Hopefully you're doing well as well. Mikolaj, thanks for coming in. Will Tesla deliveries to various places still be happening during December, or are they trying to get rid of inventory they're already delivered and we shouldn't see any new inventory vehicles? You're talking about like inventory for Model 3 and Model Y. It's going to keep continuing. They can't just stop production, so they're going to keep delivering and trying to push vehicles to inventory, and so that's why inventory discounts might get more aggressive. Dave, thanks for coming in. Does the referral code 6 months full self-driving stack with the Tesla website offer? You're talking about the supercharging. That's a great question. I mean, that'd be sick if it does, right? If the 6 months free supercharging offer for using a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, if it stacks with the one on the website, that'd be nice, because then that gets you 12 months of free supercharging. But I don't think so. Ryan, when do you think the Model Y will get the refresh? It's going to be 1 year after the Model 3 Highland releases in the US. That's my guess, because I don't think they're going to do that at the same time. In this next topic, we've got the new Rivian lease for as low as $782 a month. It seems like a brand new program for Rivian where you can lease these vehicles and get the full $7,500 federal tax credit. So let's take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. Shout out to Rivian Updates. They posted this. Rivian has released leasing options for the R1T. The R1T only and not the SUV, because the SUV, the R1S, still has a lot of demand. Quote, starting as low as $859 a month with minimum $6,754 due at signing. R1Ts get the full $7,500 tax credit when you lease it, and a lease buyout is available. That's much different than the Tesla one, because Tesla is a pure rental when you lease the vehicle and you cannot buy the vehicle out at all. So I do like how Rivian is adding this option. And the reason why this is important, because just like financing, leasing, you're just financing the depreciation of vehicle. So there's always a payoff when you're leasing the vehicle, and you can still buy it out and take advantage of any positive equity that might be available. So that's why leasing can be more powerful, because if there's positive equity, like there's more money on the vehicle, it's worth more than what the actual payoff is, you can buy out the vehicle or trade it in or sell it and pocket the difference. But if there's negative equity, this is why leasing is powerful. It's not your problem, it's the bank's problem. You just turn the vehicle back in, and then the bank has to figure out how they're going to sell the vehicle or lose money on the vehicle. But really cool to see that Rivian has joined into the EV war and offering an attractive lease or relative attractive lease, because this is about 1% of the MSRP of the vehicle. Leasing is available in all these different states. If you're on the states, definitely check it out and see yourself, because now you can go to Rivian.com, take a look at whatever existing inventory is out there for the truck based upon your zip code, and you can see what lease offers are out there as well. So we did a quick search for California. You can see that an R1T you can get for $782 a month. And what's interesting here is if you switch it to 24-month lease, the payment doesn't really go up that much more. So if you're looking for a short-term rental, as we talked about, it might be interesting to get into an R1T as you wait for the Model 3 Highland or as you wait for the Model Y Juniper. But really cool, interesting to see Rivian getting into the leasing game, and maybe we'll see more attractive payments at the end of the day as we get more inventory from the R1T moving forward. But we're going to jump into the live stream comments. But before we do that, if you're looking for someone to ask some questions about how to get the best deal on a Tesla at the best financing rate, you can do that at my Patreon link down below in the description. After you join, you get a link to my buying guide, which is the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. $800 a month, Jesus. Yeah, it's up there. I mean, but a Model 3 or Model Y finance is going to be about $700 to $800 a month easily as well. But of course, leasing is different from financing because you're only financing the depreciation, but it's still definitely up there. So you really have to make it worth in terms of like how much you're spending on gas and things like that. Robert, see the videos on the Highland external horn speaker freezing in the snow and ice and losing functionality of the horn. Haven't seen that one yet, but I could easily see that because every time a new vehicle comes out, there's always issues. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about next. Ryan, thoughts on the white interior? Funny story on the white interior, Ryan. So we've always wanted white interior on a Tesla vehicle. We've had 4 Teslas so far: Model 3 Performance, Model Y Performance, or actually Model 3 Performance Stealth, Model Y Performance, Model S Long Range, and then Model X Long Range currently. And we've always wanted white interior on our Tesla. But you know us, we always want to make sure we get the best deal as well. And we always want to see if there's inventory discounts. And white interior with inventory discounts has never really jived with trying to find one and getting a discount or the best discount plus white interior. And so every single Tesla has been black interior. But if I were to, have everything, I would get the white interior. And, even some people might be afraid about the clean quality and things like that. But as long as you get ceramic coating for the interior of your white interior, then you should be perfectly fine, as long as you also have, I guess, like baby wipes in the trunk as well. But I really want white interior. That's my spiel on it. Salvador, December deals coming soon. You know what that means exactly. December coming soon. Yep. Yeah. Who knows? I mean, there's definitely going to be a rush at the end of this month. And if you need a vehicle now, then really trying to wait out for an extra couple $1,000s, you might spend more time on that. And so it could be a wash at the end of the day. But I certainly understand trying to get the best deal. And that's why we come on live every single day to talk about it and give some clarity. Ryan, if I apply the full tax rate to my loan test financing, do you think that would lower my monthly? Yeah, if you put the down payment initially, yes, 100% it will lower your monthly right off the bat. And so if you know you're going to get the full $7,500 federal tax credit, then yes, you should try and put that money down so you can lower it, less interest, less amount financed. It's a trickle down effect. But if you don't qualify for the full $7,500, and if you need some clarification on that and how that actually works, definitely check out tons of videos on the channel. If we talk about it, we'll probably talk about it later this week or next week. There's ways to calculate to figure out if you are going to get the full $7,500 or not. And if you're not going to get the full $7,500, then definitely wait till next year when it becomes point of sale. Dalton, if I get a loan with my partner, do you know if either of us can file for the EV credit since we file separately? No, actually only one person can actually get it as it reads in the tax code. Ryan, how much do you expect to save with home charging rather than supercharging? I drive 80 miles a day and charging is very expensive. How much do you expect to save if I get a wall connector? Well, the one thing with that, wall connector is going to cost you about $400. Installation is going to cost you about $500. So just call it $1,000 even, maybe even a little bit more if you've got a further distance from the wall connector to actually get it installed. But it really depends on how much the kilowatt cents you pay at home is versus how much the kilowatt cents it is at your supercharger. So really, it's the rough math I'm kind of trying to figure out is like Model 3 and Model Y battery packs are like 80 kilowatts. So depending on, take 80 times whatever cents you pay per kilowatt at your house. Let's call it 10 cents a kilowatt. That's $8 to fill it up. That same fill up at like a supercharger is probably going to cost you double that. And so you're probably going to save some money, but it really depends on how often you're going to be charging and also your time costs as well. Charging at home, sleeping at night and then waking up to a full battery versus going to a supercharger and sitting at the supercharger for 10 to 20 minutes. That could be some cost to that as well. All right, what else we got? But if you're just joining in, welcome. The Tesla Cyber Monday sale continues. Don't miss out. We've got various discounts anywhere from $2,000 to $3,500 off a Tesla. Of course, the better deals are traditionally the better deals are on the performance variants, but not at the moment. It seems like Model Y rear-wheel drive has a $3,000 discount, as we can see right here, but long range doesn't have a good discount. Model Y rear-wheel drive has the best discount on the Model Y side, but then looking at the Model 3 side, really it's about the performance has the best discount for the Model 3 performance. And of course, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, so you can get 6 months of free supercharging plus 3 months of full self-driving, which 3 months of full self-driving cost is valued at about $600, and for 6 months of free supercharging is also valued at about $600, maybe $500 in valuation. All right, let's talk about Tesla quality. In this next topic, the Cybertruck is going to suck. As noted by this Tesla or this analyst. Let's take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. Shout out to Car Dealership Guy. He posted this. Cybertruck is going to do massive numbers, not because it's a Tesla, not because it's an EV, definitely not because of the people's love for Elon, but because it's different. People want different. In fact, the product itself is going to suck in many ways. Why? Because it's a first-gen product. 99% of first-gen products suck. Remember the first iPhone? It sucked. So let's stop there for a second, because yes, maybe the first iPhone might have sucked according to Car Dealership Guy, but I guess we got to give reference to what does he mean by actually sucked, because the first iPhone was pretty revolutionary compared to all the other phones out there. So it's kind of a weird thing to say that the first iPhone sucked, but I do agree it is risky to buy the first gen of any product that is out there. I mean, taking a look at any tech product, even any vehicles out there, when you first buy the first product coming off the line, it is a tough thing to actually purchase because there could be issues. But asking ChatGPT, I actually put in the poll here, like what first generation vehicles of the 21st century had issues, and we can see on the list here there's a variety of vehicles out there that had issues, whether it's manufacturers recalls or defects that they had to address within that first generation of the vehicle. But even asking Elon himself, Elon did admit that car quality for the Tesla vehicles do have their flaws because of mass production is hell. So really any Tesla, we talk about this all the time, that Tesla vehicles, even though they're priced as luxury vehicles, well, maybe not anymore because of all the various price drops across all the different months throughout this year, even though they're priced pretty high relative to their gas counterparts, at the end of the day, Teslas, I would say, are not luxury vehicles. They are definitely technology or luxury technology vehicles, but the quality of the vehicles are going to have issues. We've had the Model 3, the Model Y S, and now the X, and it's funny because the Model X, being the most expensive Tesla that we've ever owned, has probably had the most issues in terms of quality and just electronic quality as well. It's probably spent a month in service just to fix the Falcon doors. But taking a look at our ownership history, the Model Y was probably the best build quality in terms of fit and finish and everything like that, but it still was probably not as good as a luxury vehicle, a true luxury vehicle that is out there. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. It's a hot take for sure. And so certainly the Cybertruck is different for sure. And I still feel like it's going to be pretty fine for the first year as it starts to ramp up production, because there's going to be a lot of demand for it. But certainly it's going to be a tough one with those first deliveries coming off the line. But a lot of those Cybertrucks, because you can see all the different Cybertrucks in showrooms yourself. You can go to, I think, 20 different locations out there. Let's see, A Better Theater. You can see all the different ones that are out there. You can see this is a list from abettertheater.com. Here are all the lists of confirmed ones and then rumored coming soon underneath these as well. But you can see it yourself. I went to go see one, and it was actually pretty surprising how nice the Cybertruck and how massive the Cybertruck actually was. And really, I didn't really see any issues in terms of build quality and things like that. But of course, the flip side to that is those first initial Cybertrucks might have been hand built and not production line built. So maybe they could be more careful with the certain build of it. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. I'm still pretty excited for this November 30th delivery date for the Tesla Cybertruck, because I want to see what pricing is going to be at and also what type of range it's actually going to be out as well. But we're going to jump into the live stream comments. But before we do that, This video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is Patreon link. Respond to the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. All right. Thanks for coming in. In case you missed it, we've got plenty of deals, Cyber Monday for Tesla. And on top of that, quick plug, if you just bought a Tesla or you're about to buy a Tesla, definitely check out our Tesla accessory discount codes down below in the description as well. We got 3D Mats USA for premium floor mat for your Tesla. We've got a set in our Model X. We got Vion for interior accessories. We got Jawa for the best interior accessories. And we got MAGBAK as well, all down below in the description. And thank you to all the different people that are, thank you to everybody that's used our discount codes in the past and in the future. And then the next plug, we're going to be doing giveaways every single week through December, and also a big giveaway for the whole month of December. So if you're interested in entering in, you got to hit that subscribe first, because only subscribers get to enter into the giveaways. And the big giveaway for the month of December, I'll give you a hint. It's going to be pretty big, and also in line with everything that we talk about on this channel, because we talk about Tesla financing. We talk about how to get the best payments or monthly payments on your Tesla, or even how to get the best lease monthly payments on your Tesla as well. So there's your hint for you. That's going to be the big giveaway for December. So definitely hit that like button. Definitely hit that subscribe, and we'll see you on December 1st, where we kick off that giveaway on top of multiple giveaways throughout the weeks of December. Murray, thanks for coming in. The destination fee, when do you pay that? It's actually looped into the whole thing, so you pay it when you buy the car, I guess. Murray, two Murrays. What do you think about the LA market in terms of inventory? Seems to be a lot of cars. Yeah, LA is always going to have a bunch of cars because the factories are in California, so they can quickly deliver to these areas. Ryan, on your Patreon, do you have insurance companies you recommend that have fair monthly rates? Is it true they're more expensive to insure? Yes, there's a short list of insurance companies on that Patreon link. California is a tough market, but if you're in other states, there's definitely companies for you. Is it true they're more expensive to insure? Yes, it's about $150 average when we polled the community about 6 months ago, but I try and tell people it's around 10 to 30% more than whatever you're paying currently. Harvey, thanks for coming in. Welcome back. Did you buy your Model X yet? Because the Model X's did finally price drop. I think that's what you were shopping for, right? If I remember correctly. But Cyber Monday deals are here. Drop a 1 in the chat if you just placed a deposit, if these discounts and deals were good enough for you, or drop 2 if you're still waiting for the December deals. Drop a 2 in the chat. But certainly, we're still going to be waiting around. There's still the referral code promotion if you want 6 months of free supercharging or 3 months of full self-driving. On top of that, we talked about this the other day, but if you're looking for a different way to look at inventory, it seems to be a little lagged, but you can use cars.com to see all the different vehicles at least posted to cars.com without any sort of radius. So you can see which vehicles. And also it makes it a little bit easier with the discounts as well. You can see right here, it shows like price drop, and then you can see $2,000 off Model Y. But if you switch it to like Model 3, that's where the discounts get a little bit more nicer. You can see right here, $2,300 price drop. But really the biggest deal for the Model 3 is going to be on the Model 3 Performance. And that's where we're going to get up to $3,500 off. Patel, when is the Project Highland order opening up in the US? We have no idea. It's going to be like Q1 or Q2 of next year. That's my best guess. It seems like a lot of you out there are still waiting for the deals next year. Hi, Jumper. Thanks for coming in. Is there any benefit for the referral code right now? Yeah, the 3 months of full self-driving, which is valued at about $600. And that's a good question. Some people ask, like, does the 6 months of free supercharging stack with the other incentive on the website at 6 months of free supercharging? I mean, no one's tested it yet. I haven't seen a clear answer, but it's also like, why not? You might as well, it doesn't hurt to use a Tesla referral code. You might as well stack it on so you can get that 3 months of full self-driving. And if you get 12 months of free supercharging, that would be pretty sick as well. Patel, when is the Tesla Model X and S getting ambient lighting? Great question. Probably it's going to be a bit. I would say my best guess is going to be like a year from now for the Tesla Model S and Model X to get any sort of update for that. Let's see what else we got. But yeah. Samuel, I'm about to buy a Tesla Model 3 in the next week and wasn't going to because of APR rates, but thanks to your Patreon link, I was able to find the lowest APR I could find, and now I'm going through it. Nice. Thank you, Samuel, for that and dropping that nugget. I'm glad that my Patreon was able to help you out, and hopefully you're able to get a smooth delivery with no issues of quality and things like that. And definitely check out those delivery checklists on the list as well. What APR did you get? 5.6. Okay, not bad. Still a savings over Tesla, because Tesla, 6.69%? I mean, the funny thing with Tesla is that even though Tesla rates are 6.69%, like, it's still good relative to the average new car rate across the country. Taking a look at this, we can see, taking a look at this, we can see on Edmunds that the average new car rate across the country is 7.6% for all different brands and all different vehicles. And you can even get pretty granular based upon state as well. So even though Tesla financing is higher than, is high, it's still better than other markets out there, other brands at 6.69%. And of course, you can still get a better rate at the Patreon link down below in the description, because after you join, you get a link to my buying guide, which is the ultimate Tesla buying guide with all the best credit unions for getting the best rate on a Tesla. So definitely check out Patreon link down below in the description. Look at that, Sam. They're coming in. They want to know all the different sauce. Patel, is December the best time to buy a Tesla? Yes. But really, my one disclaimer with that is there's really no best time to buy a Tesla. You could really keep going for eternity, eternity out there. So certainly it's tough to really time buying a Tesla. So definitely be aware of that. You might not be able to get a Tesla now, but in terms of the discounts and incentives, it could keep getting harder and harder. But thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for hitting the like button. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.